Honorable Prince Rotimi Agunsoye is a member representing Kosofe Federal Constituency of Lagos at the Federal House of Representatives, whose representation has begun to be of impact to the people of Kosofe, who massively voted for him and gave him their mandate under the platform of the All Progressive Congress APC and the change mantra to represent them and be their voice. This he has started by initiating and sponsoring various programs, schemes, and a bill which is tagged a bill for an act to establish the Federal Infrastructure Management Agency and for Connected Purposes 2015, which tends to provide for the effective preservation and maintenance of assets owned and controlled by government, provide a uniform management framework for sustainability, efficiency, and accountability in the use and management of such assets, ensure coordination in the use of assets within the service delivery objectives of the government, optimize the cost of service delivery amidst several other objectives stated in the bill. The 53-year-old public servant and businessman turned politician, who is a first-timer at the Federal House of Representatives, is an alumnus of the University of Ibadan, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Management, and has won several awards and honors like the Kwame Nkrumah Award 2009, Man of Honor Award by Civic Enlightenment of late Ambassador Chief Segun Olushola OFR, and the Distinguished Service Award by Kosofe Local Government 2000. It was out of his passion to serve, offer quality representation, and deliver on his electoral promises that he organized an empowerment and wealth creation scheme targeted at the youths of Kosofe Federal Constituency, who are largely the beneficiaries of the skill acquisition provided by the scheme. Prior to that, he moved several people from the constituency by air to Abuja for the inauguration ceremony of members of the 8th Assembly. He also, on resumption of office, visited Jakonde Market, Ikosiketu, Lagos, where he was received by the market people. A keynote address was given by Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, the leader of the House of Representatives, who said he was present at the launching of the scheme because of the love he has for the people of Kosofe, and described Honorable Rotimi Agunsoye as a reliable ally and a man with an unapologetic love for the people he represents.
I have been to several empowerment programs. Indeed, I have had several empowerment programs myself. But when I looked at when he discussed this with me back in Abuja a few weeks ago, it became abundantly clear to me that this is a man that sat down, used his head, and thought of a different empowerment program for his people. Normally when you hear about empowerment programs, you hear about people giving tools of trade, machines, and those things are good. They're very good. They will help in empowering. But when I sat down and I looked at this, I realized this is the real empowerment. As he supports you, please support him in return.
In an address delivered by Honorable Rotimi Agunsoye, he appreciated the people of Kosofe for standing by him through the electioneering days and firmly giving him the mandate which they did through their votes. He spoke on his desire to serve and represent his people, which prompted his initiation of the scheme, which will train the beneficiaries in various works of art, develop their skills in different vocations, and give them some stipends and loans to aid them. He also demanded for their support and prayers at this very tough and tasking period of his servanthood, even as he promised to make sure adequate funding to facilitate the scheme and make sure that the program yields its objectives of empowering the people and alleviating the very embarrassing rate of unemployment which have bedeviled the community, the state, and the nation at large.
Our young lads and lasses, youths and emerging young people owe this country a duty to rise up with a positive attitude geared only at rescuing the ruins of our dear country. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on my part, I want to reinvent representation, make it more efficient, more impacting, and more effective. I want to give our people in Kosofe choices in the services they get and empower them to make those choices. That's what we are trying to do. I want Kosofe people to know that we will defend their interests, put their values into a policy at home, and represent them with discipline. I tell you, my people, by making common cause with those who do not have enough, we are giving life to that dream of opportunity for all. And that is our generation's responsibility, to form a new covenant, more opportunity for all, more responsibility for everyone, and a greater sense of common purpose. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I believe with all my heart that together we can make this happen. We can usher in a new era of progress, prosperity, and renewal in positive, vibrant, and passionate representation. We can, we must, and we shall.
Dr. Mrs. Sabo Williamson of NAMSAS, the principal partner of the scheme, enlightened the participants on what an empowerment scheme is all about and how it could be used as a means of acquiring skills, which in turn makes people employable.
It's all right to say we have educated young people. Education gives you the knowledge to be able to acquire and understand skills, and that skills makes you employable or also helps you to acquire skills to run your own business or develop your idea. Let's always think about shared prosperity and inclusive economic growth. And I want to thank brother, the Honorable Rotimi, who has, by his own effort, brought all these young people together here, and people he believes that will be a contributor to this. And I hope the young people will be enriched with it.
Senator Gbenga Bareu Ashafa, the senator representing Lagos East Senatorial District and the vice chairman, Senate Committee on Lands, Housing and Urban Development, while giving his speech, encouraged the beneficiaries to take the scheme seriously, develop vocational skills, and seize the medium to fend for themselves.
If this ministry is created all over Nigeria and we are doing what Honorable Akunsoye has brought us today here to do, I am sure unemployment will be a thing of the past. A lot of us in position of power during campaign, we will do the so-called empowerment programs. You will roll out sewing machines, you will roll out generators and the rest. At the end of the day, you will find those machines where in the market. We are not assisting ourselves. The purpose of this training and the equipment that will be given to you is to be able to feed yourself almost forever and train some other people to bring them out of.
Also from the presidency came the Vice President's Senior Special Assistant on Job Creation and Youth Employment, Mr. Afolabi Imokwede, said government is really making concerted efforts to address the issue of unemployment, job creation, and youth empowerment, which has been provided for in the yet-to-be-approved 2016 budget through a direct intervention scheme targeted at empowering a lot of young people. He also gave assurances that government would provide the enabling environment to see that jobs are created and such schemes are encouraged to excel.
The job creation unit, we do recognize that again, the government alone cannot create jobs. As a matter of fact, in every sane and civilized economy, the government is really the least employer of labor. What the government does is to create the enabling environment, is to create the systems and the processes that would enable each and every one of us to be able to create jobs, to employ yourself, and then employ other people. That really is the work of the government.
Chief Honorable Rotimi, the pioneer Honorable Commissioner of Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, who also addressed the participants, spoke of what the ministry, which was set up by the Governor of Lagos State, Governor Akinwumi Ambode, does. He rolled out some of the plans of the state government in addressing wealth creation and employment, and addressed all beneficiaries to embrace the platform and all benefits inherent in it. There was also a goodwill message on behalf of the church from Pastor Olowoyo, who urged the politicians to continue to make such godly moves, which will also help take the youths off the streets. Several remarks from various individuals and representatives were also made by people such as Honorable Jide Jimo, representing Mainland Constituency at the federal level, Mrs. Grace Giwa, who represented Senator Oluremi Tinubu, Chief Mrs. Kemi Nelson, women leader of the APC in Lagos, Chief Mrs. Ayo, and Honorable representing members from Osun State, Senator Olorunimbe Mamora, and the traditional chief of the community, as they all commended Honorable Rotimi Agunsoye for the laudable initiative, which is the first of its kind ever witnessed in Kosofe, even as they encouraged him to continue the good works and showered prayers on him.
I thank him, and the good Lord will continue to preserve him, preserve his life, and make his own time there such that the people will be happy with him.
It was accolades all through, as the beneficiaries and his teeming supporters praised him. In an interview with BOS, Honorable Rotimi Ojo Agunsoye spoke of his resolve to serve his people, which is the drive behind the empowerment scheme. He also spoke of his various motions and bills presented on the floor of the House and promised to offer quality representation to the people of Kosofe Federal Constituency.
Very interesting program, and we are very happy for all Kosofe people. And we thank Honorable Rotimi Agunsoye that we sent him to the National Assembly and he came back to give us return, because this is a part of dividend of democracy, and we all thanks and appreciate God for this benefit through our Honorable.
There are so many graduates out there, because I graduated like 2 years ago. I've been writing applications over and over again. As I didn't get a job, I had to pick up a part-time teaching in all these small schools. But this thing that they put together for us now, if I'm able to get a skill and I'm empowered, then I'm my own boss, then I can also employ some people. Aside from the teaching I'm doing, there is this guy, he's also a graduate. He put up this idea of building cleaning. When you finish building, then you clean it up. It's a lucrative business. Sometimes I work with him and I feel this is a good business, but people are not looking into that. So it's high time we look at other things than the white collar jobs.
Actually, I don't like to praise politicians, but what he's doing today is remarkable. In the history of Kosofe local government, I've not seen this kind of a program. At least we've had a lot of senators in the past, we've had House of Assemblies members, none of them has deemed it fit to do this kind of program. So I commend him for this program. I think it's a program that is worthy of following. I wish him success in all his endeavors, and I pray that God should always be with him in every step he takes in his life.